Imagine a virus so deadly it can wipe out a whole village in just 2 days. No cure, no survivors. And the worst part? The people in charge already know about it, and they're trying to hide it from the world. At the beginning of the movie, we are taken back to the year 1967 in Africa. A war is going on. Soldiers are moving through the thick forest, shooting enemies and setting up hidden traps. But the real problem isn't the war. It's something far worse happening at their base camp. Inside the camp's medical tent, we see rows and rows of sick men. Most of them were never even shot. They are dying from some strange illness nobody can explain. In just 2 days, almost 50 soldiers have already died, and nobody knows why. Then we hear a helicopter coming. 2 men in full hazmat suits jump out. Their names are William and Donald. They are here to find out what is killing these men. The doctor at the camp shows them all the sick soldiers and then takes them outside to show them something even worse. A huge pile of dead bodies. Their faces are twisted and swollen, almost not human anymore. William and Donald take blood samples, promise to send a plane to help, and leave on their helicopter. A few hours later, the soldiers at the camp see a plane in the sky. They start cheering, thinking help is finally here. But here's where the movie hits you with the first shock. The plane drops a bomb. One single explosion, and every single person at that base is dead. The sick, the healthy, the doctors, all gone. The military just erased the whole problem in seconds. And we're sitting there asking ourselves, why would they kill their own men? Now the movie jumps ahead 28 years. We are introduced to our main character, Sam. He is a military virus expert, which means his job is to study deadly diseases for the army. When we first meet him, he is at home washing his dogs. Just a normal guy doing normal stuff. Then his phone rings. It's William, the same officer from the opening scene. He's older now and higher in rank. He tells Sam that a deadly virus has broken out in Africa. The World Health Organization is sending a team, but the army wants Sam to get there first. Before flying out, Sam stops at his ex-wife Robbie's house. Robbie works for the CDC, which is the Disease Control Center. Sam drops his dogs off with her since he will be gone for a while. Robbie hands him some boxes of his old things. He opens one and sees that she packed away every photo of them together. Every single memory of their marriage, given back to him like trash. You can feel the hurt in this scene. Their marriage is over, but the pain clearly isn't. On the flight to Africa, Sam meets a young pilot named Major Salt. This guy has never dealt with a virus outbreak before. Sam warns him that he is about to see things that will shake him. Then Lieutenant Colonel Casey starts listing the gross symptoms of this virus. But Salt surprises them. He calmly finishes the list like he is reading off a shopping list. The guy clearly knows his stuff. But will he hold up in real life? That's a different question. When the team lands in Zaire, they walk into a nightmare. The village is full of dead bodies. Some are lying in the dirt paths. Others are stacked inside cages, ready to be burned. The team walks into a hut and finds a few survivors barely alive, surrounded by their dead family members. Then Salt hears something. A child crying. He walks over to a bed and pulls back the cloth. There's a little boy sitting next to his dead parents. Their faces are twisted from the virus. The kid is just sitting there in shock. Salt loses it. He throws up inside his hazmat suit. Now he can't breathe properly. Casey screams at him not to take the helmet off. But it's too late. Salt rips off the helmet and breathes in the dirty air. Sam wants to put Salt in isolation right away. But the local doctor tells him to relax. The virus isn't airborne yet. Then the doctor drops the heavy news. They came too late. The village is finished. This virus kills people in just 2 or 3 days. And it has a 100% kill rate. Nobody survives. The doctor explains how it all started. The first sick person was a young local man who worked with a foreigner to build a road. He came back to the village sick. He drank from the village well, and that was it. The virus spread to everyone. He died just 2 hours after coming home and couldn't even talk straight. So they never found out how he got infected in the first place. Sam notices something strange. The village witch doctor isn't sick at all. Turns out he was hiding in a cave for the whole week. The witch doctor believes the gods are angry because foreigners are destroying their land, so this virus is their punishment. On the flight home, Salt apologizes for what happened. Casey types up a report to send back to command. That night, Sam tracks William down at a fancy party and asks him to warn the public. But William refuses. He thinks the virus is so deadly it will kill itself out before it can spread. Because dead people can't infect anyone. Famous last words. Now here's where the movie pulls a really smart move on us. While Sam thinks the danger is over, the camera takes us back to the African forest. A wild monkey is jumping through the trees and falls into a hunter's trap. The hunter puts it in a cage and ships it overseas on a boat. During the trip, the hunter even shares his food with the monkey, mouth to mouth at times. Yeah, You can already guess where this is going. The next morning, Sam shows up at Robbie's house to pick up his dogs. She is angry because he is way too late. She had to cancel her trip waiting for him. They argue. Eventually, Sam tells her to just keep the dogs since they were always shared anyway. Sam and Casey then head to the Army Research Lab. As they are putting on their hazmat suits, Casey spots something Sam missed. A small rip in Sam's sleeve. He covers it with tape and tells Sam to be more careful. Inside the lab, Salt has already started testing. Casey throws an empty test tube at Sam as a joke. Sam panics and barely catches it. Casey laughs and reminds him that this is exactly why you handle lab stuff very carefully. When the test results come back, everyone goes quiet. The virus, now named Motaba, is growing crazy fast. In just 5 hours, it killed every cell in the sample. Every single one. William shows up and hands them a virus sample from 1967. He wants them to compare it. Now William and Donald look at the results in private. And here's the punch in the gut. The Motaba virus is the same exact virus they saw in 1967. The one they thought they killed with that bomb in Africa. In other words, the bombing didn't work. The virus survived. It has been out there this whole time. Donald tells William to lock the sample up, pull Sam off the case, and bury everything. The Army cannot let this story get out. The next day, Sam runs into William's office demanding answers. He has been sent to a fake case in Mexico. William says everything is under control. They argue. Sam loses. Orders are orders. Back home, Sam calls Robbie and begs her to issue a CDC alert. But she says she can't do that just because Sam has a feeling. She hangs up. Later, she does mention it to her boss, but he brushes it off too. Now everything starts going wrong fast. At an animal lab in California, the infected monkey is sitting in a cage waiting to be studied. But one of the workers there, a guy named Jimbo, wants to make some quick cash. He sneaks the monkey out at night and bribes the guard on his way out. As Jimbo drives off the next morning, the monkey spits right in his face. That's strike one. Jimbo drives into a small town called Cedar Creek and walks into a pet shop. He wants to sell the monkey. The shop owner reaches in to check the monkey, and it scratches his arm. Strike two. The monkey in the cage next to it even reaches over and steals the infected one's banana. Strike three. The shop owner says no thanks and refuses to buy. Frustrated, Jimbo drives into the woods and lets the monkey loose. That evening, Jimbo gets on a plane back to Boston. He doesn't feel right. He pushes his food away. A little kid nearby tries to grab the cookie Jimbo left behind, but his mom quickly stops him. Pay attention to that little moment. The movie is showing you how many close calls there are. When the plane lands, Jimbo's girlfriend is waiting. They kiss. Moments later, Jimbo starts feeling dizzy. Meanwhile, at the pet shop, the owner suddenly drops dead, knocking over fish bowls as he falls. He's rushed to the hospital. A lab worker takes his blood, but the tube breaks and splashes blood all over the worker's face. This thing is spreading everywhere, and nobody is connecting the dots yet. Robbie gets word about a mystery illness in Boston and rushes to the hospital. Jimbo and his girlfriend are in isolation. Robbie tries to ask them questions, but Jimbo dies right in front of her. His girlfriend completely loses her mind. Robbie performs the autopsy. What she finds is horrible. Every single one of Jimbo's organs has turned to liquid, melted from the inside. She calls Sam right away and tells him everything. She also tells him where Jimbo worked, which is a huge clue. Sadly, Jimbo's girlfriend also dies, which means the virus is killing even faster now. Sam asks Robbie to send him a sample. Now we cut to a movie theater in Cedar Creek. A man starts coughing hard. Droplets fly everywhere. He stumbles out of the theater, coughing all over a crowd in the lobby before passing out. His girlfriend visits him at the hospital later. Guess what? She gets sick too. Within hours, everyone from that theater is flooding into the emergency room. The virus has gone airborne. At the CDC, Robbie's team interviews every passenger from Jimbo's Boston flight. None of them are sick. They celebrate. Then a fax comes in from Cedar Creek with dozens of new cases. When Sam hears about Cedar Creek, he runs back to William. But William still refuses to help. He tells Sam to go to Mexico. Sam doesn't listen. He sweet-talks the pilots and gets the plane to fly to Cedar Creek instead. Meanwhile, William goes to a locked vault and pulls out a mystery sample. He meets with Donald, who tells him the California governor is begging the president for help. They need to lock down this virus before the news gets out, or else they might have to bomb again like 1967. That night, the army rolls in. Thousands of soldiers, trucks, and helicopters surround Cedar Creek. Full lockdown. Nobody in, nobody out. The next morning, Robbie arrives with her CDC team. Every road is blocked. The CDC gets waved through, but reporters are turned away. In town, Robbie finds out Sam is already there. They walk through the hospital where the theater patients are slowly dying. A doctor pulls them aside to show them a new patient. This guy was in a car accident. He had zero contact with any sick people. And yet here he is, showing all the symptoms. Sam's face says it all. The virus has changed. It's now spreading through the air. When they step outside, an angry mob surrounds them demanding answers. They push through and run to the lab where Salt has been comparing both samples. There is a small change in the virus's code, just enough to let it survive in the air. It's spreading like the flu now. Looking at the patient files, Robbie spots a name. The dead pet shop owner. She races to the shop to grab all the animals for testing. Sam goes to face William, who just arrived in town and wants to arrest him for breaking orders. Sam yells at him about the virus changing. William finally gives in and lets him stay on the case. Outside the lockdown zone, reporters are told to break the news, but with one rule. They have to say the virus is under control. The people inside Cedar Creek are losing their minds. Some are rioting. Soldiers push them back with force. Then two desperate fathers pack their families into trucks and try to break out. They smash through barricades. A military helicopter blocks them and fires warning shots. One father shoots back. The soldiers fire back, and one truck explodes in a fireball, killing the whole family inside. The other truck stops, and the family is dragged out and arrested. That's the kind of movie this is. Nobody is safe. Not even kids. At the pet store, Robbie finds the monkey that stole the banana. But this isn't the original host because it's already sick. She takes it to the lab, and Salt confirms it has the original strain. Sam wants to test all the animals at Jimbo's workplace, but the CDC already did that, and they all came back clean. Hours pass. No leads. More soldiers keep flooding in. Reporters are getting suspicious of the cover story. A curfew is set. Anyone found outside gets arrested. Then Sam notices something off. The army has brought in bags of some kind of medicine being given to patients. He asks William about it. Turns out it's a test medicine they have been working on. But William refuses to say where it came from. Sam accuses him of hiding things. Just then, one of the first patients dies. Sam grabs a bag of the medicine and tells Salt to test it on the sick monkey. The virus is everywhere now. Anyone feeling sick has to hang a white sheet outside their house so the soldiers can come pick them up. We see a mother saying goodbye to her kids, and the dad has to physically stop them from hugging her. Heartbreaking. The hospital is full. The army sets up tents outside for the dying. In the lab, everyone is exhausted. Casey is so tired, he almost falls asleep at the microscope. As he walks away, he forgets to unplug his air tank, and his suit rips open. He rushes through the safety chamber without a word. Robbie sees what happened and follows him. Casey insists it was just a small scare. At the White House, Donald is pushing for something terrible. He wants to bomb Cedar Creek, just like 1967. The chief of staff demands proof first because the political backlash will be huge. That night, soldiers throw all the dead bodies into a wooden shack and burn them. Out in the suburbs, the original infected monkey has wandered out of the woods. It finds a little girl to play with. And here's where the truth finally comes out. In the lab, Sam sees that the test monkey is getting better. The medicine works on the original virus. But it doesn't work on humans because the human virus has changed. Which means the army has had a cure for Motaba this whole time. They have been sitting on it. Suddenly, Casey collapses, shaking on the floor. The team rushes him to a hospital room. As Robbie tries to give him an injection, Casey shakes again and the needle stabs her hand. She runs out, pulls off her gloves, and sees the puncture wound. She's been exposed. Sam tries to comfort her, but she breaks down, blaming herself. Sam holds her and promises he will find a cure. He goes to face William and finally gets the truth. The army knew about Motaba this whole time. They had the cure, but they never found the original host. William tries to explain himself as a good soldier, but that's when Sam realizes the ugly truth. The army doesn't want to stop this virus. They want to use it as a weapon, the perfect bioweapon. And to keep that secret, they're going to bomb Cedar Creek tonight. William confirms it. The president has already approved it. Just then, Salt calls Sam with a huge clue. The guard at Jimbo's animal lab finally talked. He admitted a monkey was missing. The shipping papers show it came from Africa. They need to find that monkey. When Donald hears that Sam is digging too deep, he orders him arrested. Sam quickly tells Robbie that if he doesn't come back in time, she needs to get out of town because the bombs are coming. Salt spots the soldiers coming and warns Sam just in time. They change into regular uniforms, sneak out the back, and trick a pilot into thinking his boss wants him. They steal his helicopter and fly off. When Donald finds out, he tells his men to shoot Sam on sight. William tries to argue, but Donald ignores him. Back at the lab, Robbie starts feeling sick. She walks over to Casey, who only has minutes left, and holds his hand. A quiet, sad moment. With the help of the Coast Guard, Sam and Salt find the cargo ship that brought the host monkey. There is no place to land, so Salt flies close and Sam jumps onto the deck. He shows his army ID, and the crew takes him to the body of the dead hunter. Sam goes through his stuff and finds a photo. The infected monkey. Meanwhile, every news channel is showing pictures of Sam and Salt, calling them dangerous criminals. So what do? They burst right into the news studio during a live show, take over the camera, and hold up the monkey's picture. They tell the whole country to call in if they have seen this animal. A mom watching at home recognizes it right away. Her daughter has been playing with that exact monkey in the backyard. She calls the CDC. Sam and Salt run out of the studio. Cops open fire on their helicopter, but miss. Sam gets the address, but the army intercepted the call too. Donald is already on his way, and William has given the green light for the bombing. At the house, the little girl says the monkey only comes out for her. Sam swears he won't hurt it. The girl agrees to help. She puts out some food and calls. Slowly, the monkey comes out of the trees. Salt aims his dart gun and hits it perfectly. Salt radios William. They have the host. William stops the bombing right away. But as they take off, 2 army helicopters surround them. Sam tells Donald they have the host, but Donald doesn't care. He tells his pilots to take them down. What follows is one of the wildest helicopter chases you'll see in a 90s movie. Salt flies under a bridge to lose them, but one helicopter copies the move perfectly and keeps shooting. So Salt pulls a crazy move. He climbs straight up and flips into a 180. Now he's behind the enemy. He forces them into each other's paths until they almost crash. Then Salt fires missiles into the ground to make it look like they exploded, and the chase ends. Back in Cedar Creek, Salt rushes to the lab and starts making a new medicine using the monkey's blood. Sam goes to find Robbie, who is barely hanging on. In one of the most touching scenes in the movie, Sam takes off his protective helmet. He places her hand on his face so she can feel him one more time, just in case. Salt finishes the medicine and injects Robbie right away. Then Donald arrives and orders the bombing to happen anyway. He ignores William's protests. Sam sees Robbie getting better, but Salt yells that the bomber plane is on the way. They run back to the helicopter. Sam grabs the radio and begs the pilots, telling them he has the cure and that their bosses have been lying for decades. The pilots hesitate. William grabs the radio and pretends to yell at Sam while secretly giving him a hint. If their helicopter blocks the bomber's path, the pilots can't drop the bomb. Salt flies right into the bomber's path. The pilots hear Sam and Donald screaming opposite orders. At the very last second, the bomber pulls up to avoid crashing. And then, the bomber dumps the bomb into the ocean instead. The explosion just kills a few unlucky fish. Back at the base, William takes off Donald's stars and has him arrested for lying to the president. Donald warns him this will ruin his career too. William doesn't care. Some things are worth losing everything for. A few hours later, the cure is being given out all over Cedar Creek. People are getting better. The town is saved. Sam finds Robbie, healthy and smiling. The two start talking about maybe giving their marriage another shot. And that's how Outbreak ends. A town saved, a corrupt system exposed, and 2 people learning that sometimes the people you trust the most are hiding the biggest secrets. Now listen, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, you have to do me one favor. Just one. If this channel hasn't earned a subscribe from you yet, ask yourself why. I sat through this entire movie and broke it down for you so you didn't have to. The least you can do is hit that subscribe button before you leave. It's free. It takes 1 second. If you don't, you're basically telling me my work doesn't matter. So go hit subscribe right now. And before you go, drop a comment below telling me this. If you were in Sam's position, would you have risked your life and career to expose your own military? Or would you have followed orders and stayed quiet? I want to hear your honest answer in the comments. Thanks for sticking with me. I'll catch you in the next one.